Raiza, and I'm here to discuss the New Zealand curriculum. So without further ado, let's start. And I will start with some interesting trivia published by education firm Person. Did you know that New Zealand has been ranked as having one of the top education system in the world out of 40 countries? New Zealand also came 8th in the learning curve global education. Now you know. New Zealand has a national curriculum that guides what your child learns at school. Your child will develop a range of values and key competencies or capabilities that they need to succeed in life. These are all woven into the teaching of learning areas or subjects. The national curriculum is a term used to refer to the New Zealand curriculum and Tema Rautanga o Aotearoa. These set the direction for student learning and guide schools and kura as they design and implement a curriculum that meets the needs of their students. There is a big focus on reading, writing, and maths in the primary years, as these are really important foundation skills that everyone needs in order to be able to do well in life. Children need strong reading, writing, and math skills to progress through the levels of the national curriculum and be able to achieve NCEA level 2 or above at secondary school. So I have here the New Zealand curriculum framework that is taught in all English medium schools where teaching is in English. This includes state and state integrated schools includes an overall vision, values, key competencies, and learning areas or subject areas. It is guided by a set of principles that are used by schools in their decision making and curriculum planning. The principles are high expectation, treaty of what I need, cultural diversity, inclusion, learning to learn, community engagement, coherence, and future focus. So the next one is the curriculum design. Curriculum is designed and interpreted in a three-stage process. First is as the national curriculum. Second, the school curriculum. And the third one is the classroom curriculum. The national curriculum provides the framework and common direction for school regardless of type, size, or location. It gives schools the scope, flexibility, and authority they need to design and shape their curriculum so that teaching and learning is meaningful and beneficial to their particular communities of students. In turn, the design of each school's curriculum should allow teacher the scope to make interpretation in response to the particular needs, interests, and talents of individual and groups of students in their class. Curriculum approach. Individual schools shape and present their curriculum in ways that reflect their intention, preferences, ideas, and understandings. I will also discuss the New Zealand curriculum teaching approach, starting with creating a supportive learning environment. Students learn best when they feel accepted, when they enjoy positive relationship with their fellow students and teachers, and when they are able to be active, visible members of the learning community. Next, encouraging reflective thought and action. Students learn most effectively when they develop the ability to stand back from the information or ideas that they have engaged with and think about this objectively. Enhancing the relevance of new learning. The students learn most effectively when they understand what they are learning, why they are learning it, and how they will be able to use their new learning. Facilitating shared learning. Students learn as they engage in shared activities and conversation with other people, including family members and people in the wider community. Next is making connection to prior learning and experience. A student learns best when they are able to integrate new learning with what they already understand. Next, providing sufficient opportunities to learn. Students learn most effectively when they have time and opportunity to engage with, practice, and transfer new learning. This means that they need to encounter new learning a number of times and in a variety of different tasks or contexts. Teaching as inquiry. Since any teaching strategy works differently in different contexts for different students, effective pedagogy requires that teachers inquire into the impact of their teaching on their students. Curriculum evaluation. Assessment is integral to the teaching inquiry process because it is the basis for both the focusing inquiry and the learning inquiry. what impact their programs are having on student learning, and why the important way of getting this information is by collecting and analyzing school-wide assessment data. The school then can use this information as the basis for changes to the policies or programs or changes to teaching, as well as for reporting to the Board of Trustees, parents, and the Ministry of Education. The New Zealand curriculum statements specified achievement outcomes which schools are legally obliged to pursue by listing. For boards of trustees and teachers, a progression of performance objectives throughout the years of schooling. However, this is done in a fairly general way. Implementation of the curriculum, that is, the way in which these outcomes are to be taught, achieved, and assessed, is left to individual schools to determine in consultation with their communities. The reason for this is to provide for flexibility, enabling needs of their students. This includes the flexibility to plan programs to meet their particular needs. For example, Kaupapa Mari programs, English programs for speakers of other languages or ESOL, Pacific Island language courses, and so on, as long as they incorporate the knowledge and understanding described in the 8th learning